Hi friends, it is Tuesday, April 5th. I haven't posted in 2 months. I've started a couple of vlogs and then I've just been like so busy that the ones I've started, it'd be like 1 day of footage and I would intend to film for a week and then I wouldn't get any more footage for like 2 weeks, and then it was just... So the last 2 months, first off, I'm knitting on my boxy chevron, so I'm gonna knit on that. Oh, I was gonna knit on that while we talk, but I don't know the next row. I think the past 2 months, I have been working a lot. We're making some changes to our business, me and my dad, and so we had a new company we're basically partnering with, so lots of new software to train on. So we went to Dallas for a week in March, like the second week of March. The week before that, we were doing like over Zoom training, not in person, virtual training. And then we had a week in Dallas. So that was just like all of March. Last month was just diving in, big long days of that, a little bit of knitting. I did finish lots of stuff. If you want to see like knitting updates from the last couple of months, check out our podcast. If you're not already subscribed over there, that's the We Share Needles podcast here on YouTube. It's me and Kristen, and I talked about my knitting there. We didn't miss any, so I could carve out time for that. Just did not carve out time for this, and I missed it. So I honestly don't even remember everything I did in February. I think it was January when I posted last, because that's when my husband and I had to quarantine. He had COVID and I was sick, and maybe COVID, but I never tested positive, so we don't know. So after that, February, I was like on a roll with the walking. I was doing really good. I was getting up every morning, walking before work, most nights riding my bike after work. I think I bought a bike in between. Yeah, I definitely bought a bike in between last vlog and this vlog. And I was like in my groove in February. I was walking every morning, I was working, I was getting home, going for a bike ride, knitting, reading at night instead of playing on my phone. It's Lent right now, so I gave up TikTok because I realized how much like the ridiculous amount of time I was spending into that. And I'm kind of struggling with that. Like I find myself going to like Instagram reels and stuff sometimes just to scroll, and it's a waste of time, and I'm trying to pick up a book instead. So I'm working on that, and February, I nailed it. I did so good. And then March hit, and the first 2 weeks of March, I was great. And then our training started, and I did manage to keep up the walking through our training. I was just so exhausted. I definitely was not bike riding in the evenings too. It was just walking in the morning. And after training, I took a couple days off because we've been home for 2 weeks, and I am still exhausted. Like I am just completely drained. I feel like I don't have any energy. I feel like I'm barely getting out of bed and getting here in the morning. I'm just so tired. So I've definitely missed a lot of days of walking, probably like a week of the last 2 weeks. I have not exercised, which is disappointing, but I'm trying not to let myself like give up on it because of that, you know? Like it's just this season, my body needs rest. So I'm trying to give myself that. And like just ease back into my routine, ease back into reading at night and like doing all that. So I'm optimistic that I can get back into that. I don't know. I feel like so much has happened and nothing has happened at the same time, you know? It's just all work. But today, my dad's out of the office, so I'm here alone today, which is fine. I love working with my dad. I don't have any issue working when he's here, but sometimes the office to myself is nice. I'll probably go into the reading room and sit in those in our comfy chairs and work in there and knit a little bit throughout the day on my boxy chevron, which is the 2022 Arkansas Yarn Crawl sweater. So the Arkansas Yarn Crawl's in July, and last year a large group of us all knit the Bright Axis tee, and that was really, really fun. So we picked another tee this year, and they picked the boxy chevrons. I don't love the shirt. I'm gonna be honest. I would not pick it out for myself. I would not knit it if it weren't for this particular event, but it's growing on me, you know? Kristen's working on hers, and I'll show you my colors at least. This is my bag. I love this bag. It's got like the window. It is from Butterfly Sisters on Etsy. And it's a really fantastic bag. It's made beautifully. It's got like the carrying handle, the pouch, a pocket inside. So the construction of the sweater, it's a paid for pattern. I'm not going to talk in detail a lot, but essentially you start up here and knit your sleeves flat, and then you pick up stitches down here for your body. So you'll seam up part of the sleeve, but then pick up a good part of the sleeve and then knit the body down. So it's top down at least, I'll give them that. Bright axis is bottom up, but I'm using Long Dog yarns for my contrast color. It's the color you start with for the sleeves. It's like the primary color in the sleeves, but then the body's the other color. So this is my sleeve color, and I've divided it. I did not even measure. I just wound off a good bit of it last night and started knitting. And this bag is not the best one for this project. Everything is chaos. And then I'm using Arkansas Yarn Co. Yummy Plush. This was a custom dye Lori dyed me for my Weekender Light, which I did kind of a knit along with some of the ladies there, but I was unhappy with the way the Weekender Light fit me. So I frocked it, the whole sweater, and I feel great about that because now I get to use the yarn again. And it also makes me feel better about knitting a sweater I'm not super excited about because it's already the second life for the yarn. Like, if I hadn't frogged that Weekender Light, this yarn would have just sat in my closet forever anyway. So I might as well use it for this really fun photo opportunity. And I'm also thinking that I know someone who would wear this if I don't. And since it's such like an oversized, boxy look, it would not be difficult to gift it to someone else. Does that make sense? Like, it won't be hard to find someone who it will fit. Because it'll fit so many people because it has so much ease. I'm not usually a 2 at a time knitter. I feel like I'm rambling, but I just kind of decided, since they're both knit flat, exactly the same, that I'm gonna knit them flat together and then they'll be done at the same time. And so like the sleeves will take me a little longer because there's a little more fiddling, but it was already back and forth. It was already a lot of purling. It's already like patterned kind of with chevron and the way it's constructed. So it's not like a leap to do it 2 at a time. And it makes me practice a skill that I'm not super familiar with, that I don't do very often. I really only do 2 at a time if I'm teaching a 2 at a time sock class, because it's not my preference, but I think it's important for me to keep my mind open to all the knitting skills and be able to confidently do them all, because it would be silly if like this is the thing that held me back from doing a project. So I'm practicing, you know. Also, this month's Sock Yarn Society came with this row counter. Fantastic timing, because I like, with a lot of knitting patterns, if it's like a patterned thing, I'll copy it over into my notes app and like put it on like check boxes and stuff in my notes app, because this one's like, it gives you 4 rows and then like draws out how to repeat them. Like, for example, it would be like, do rows 1 through 4 2 times, and then do 3 and 4 2 more times, and then do 1 and 2 2 more times. And that gets really confusing really quickly for me because I pick up and put down my knitting so much. So I transcribe it all over so it goes row by row. Like row 1, do row 1, and then it shows you what that is. But then like on row 6, it'll tell me do row 1, and it'll have the instructions right there. So I can just click through and do all the rows. That was a lot to say that I rewrite my patterns. Kristen uses a spreadsheet, and I like that, but I like having it virtual instead of digital. I like having it digital instead of like a paper because I'll lose that and still get confused. So this is working so far. So I'm really glad this came in my Sock Yarn Society box, which will probably be closed by the time this podcast or this vlog goes up. So I will not plug Sock Yarn Society right now for you just to not be able to get it. So all that to say, it's early April. I'm going to try and do a monthly vlog like Kristen does, Crafty Kristen J, and see if I can get enough footage together to get you guys a vlog. Already I've been talking for 10 minutes. Oh, excuse me. I just painted my nails the other day. They're black and I love it. And it makes me want to never have not black nails again. I like very rarely venture out into non-neutrals, but then when I do venture for a little while, I'm like, no, this is better. This is better. So I'm gonna go work, which I need to do, obviously. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye, friends. Hi friends, it is Friday, April 8th. I'm at the office. My dad just left for the day, so it's just me. I'm wrapping up my stuff before I head home for the day. And I just want to check in with you guys. I think I've not been very good at taking footage this week. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things here. Sorry, I just got an email. I'm drinking a nice coffee right now, and finishing up some work. I did just finish. This is the bag I have my boxy chevron in. I finished my sleeves this morning. So I ordered a steamer, like a clothing steamer. I found one on Amazon that works like horizontal and vertical. So I can like I'll put these down on the blocking mat and like pin this side down and then like steam and stretch and pin out. Because I want to block them like a little wide and a little long to get what I can get out of these guys. So that's my plan. But the boxy chevron is a paid for pattern, but just to kind of visualize, this is funny, I haven't done this yet. This is what it's like. These need a good block, but these create like a v-neck and a v-back, I guess, and then I'll pick up stitches and knit a body. So these are my chevron guys. It's like a combo of reverse stockinette and stockinette, and they're good when they're stretched. So the pattern doesn't say to, but I'm going to block before I move on. The pattern does this little pop of color right before the hem, and I like that a lot. I think it ties in well. But I finished these this morning. Super interesting. I'm really happy with them. What was I about to say? Anyway, my steamer should be home when I get home, so I will steam block these. And then tonight, I can pick up the body and work on that. I think the next step is like pick up the body and then seam up like this part of the arm. And then there's like, anyway, that's what's next. I think there's some short rows, so I'll be doing that next too. So that's my next knitting goal. Also, I have not cast on my April Desert Vista dye work sock yet, so I think I will do that tonight. And I'll do that this weekend, I mean. Then I plan to watch The Ultimatum on Netflix. It's a really crummy reality dating show that I'm really excited about. It seems like garbage, and I love it. I'm tired, guys. But I'm going to try and film some this weekend. Last night I went to a networking event that my town puts on called Catfish and Cold Ones. It's like a fishing derby, and there's catfish and beer and like networking type stuff. But it was really fun. Two of my brothers went with us, with me and my dad, and they fished, and it was just a nice day out. I got a little bit of knitting done. I cast on a sock, and that's really it. I have no plans. Had a great day at work today. Very productive, so that's exciting. And I have about 15 minutes left of the Crazy Sock Ladies podcast this week, and then I'm gonna go clean the office, and then I'm gonna go home. So that's my plan. I hope you guys are gonna have a great weekend too. You're not gonna see this till next month, but or till the end of this month. Anywho, bye. Hi friends. My steamer just came in, and I'm gonna try and block these sleeves. So enjoy me trying to figure this out. Max, what are you doing? Just sniffing. My shoes are covered in pollen. This is Arkansas in the spring. Everything's yellow. But at least Max is having fun. I'm videoing everyone. Oh my god. Sometimes I just like to hold the camera on Kristen for a long time and it always gets weird. Like if I wait long enough. Look at Jana's knitting. Oh my gosh, show your blanket. I could never. I could literally never.
It looks so good.
Amazing.
And it's symmetrical AF. I love it.
And I'm knitting on my cowl. And my scrappy bag. Oh my gosh, love. Hi friends! Today is Friday, April 29th. I've had a cold like all month, or allergies or something. It is Arkansas and it is pollen season, so it's probably allergies. but my voice just feels crummy. I'm like constantly drinking water, trying to alleviate that. But it's Toad Suck weekend. Today is the start of Toad Suck Days in Conway, Arkansas. And Toad Suck Days, the name Toad Suck comes from the ferry that, there's a ferry in, I guess it's in Toad Suck now. I don't know what it was called before. Anyway, the story behind it is that it's where boats would dock and there was like a bar and they would drink so much that they would swell up like a toad. So that's why we call it Toad Suck. And so now we have Toad Suck Park, we've got Toad Suck Lake, we have Toad Suck River, whatever it is, and Toad Suck Days, which is like a fair essentially. It's like a county fair kind of. There is fair food, there are games, there's a petting zoo. I'm working in the kids areas, volunteering in the kids areas this year. So tomorrow I'll be in the area with like the petting zoo and the sandbox. And then Sunday, the Museum of Discovery is coming to do like STEM activities with the kids, and I'm volunteering there. So super family friendly. Conway's a dry county, in a dry county, so there's not like drinking, but there's always live music. There's a big stage downtown. They block off like 4 square blocks, I think, if not more than that. And it's just full of fun stuff. So we haven't had it in like 3 years because of COVID. Because we didn't do, well, 2 years. We haven't had it in 2 years. So everybody's just really excited to have it back. It's really fun. It's a really fun community thing. It starts today. Conway schools are out, which they say is for a teacher work day, but it's for Toad Suck. All the teachers are like, there's nothing going on. But they gave everyone the day off, basically. I'm at the office this morning. I think I'm gonna have an early afternoon and go with my friends to Toad Suck. You may hear the click clack of my dog Max. She's at the office with me today. She's right beside me, but you can't see her. So this morning I'm here. I am currently drinking my coffee and watching Knitting Natty's latest podcast. Then I'm gonna jump into work and get a few things done around here. My dad's out of the office today, and my husband is at drill this weekend, so I have the house to myself, and the office to myself for several days. So I'm hoping to be very productive. What are you doing? She found a peanut butter pretzel on the floor, which I can't blame her for. I parted my hair differently. What do we think? I've been a middle part girl my whole life, but I kind of want to like have no part. So I have no part in the back. I feel like that works really well for curls. And then I parted my bangs in the middle, which feels weird, but I feel like it looks good. If you guys hate it, don't tell me that. I'll cry. Anyway, I have a Zoom meeting in a few minutes. It's gonna last like an hour. So my plan is to hopefully finish the hood on my Montrealer. So this is all the knitting I brought with me to the office today. And this is the Montrealer for my husband. There's the pocket. It fits him perfectly. The hood is written to be knit in 2 separate pieces, and I joined it as I went for the first half, but then I finished the second half and it didn't match. So I pulled back like halfway. Now I'm knitting it flat, and I'll seam this part together. And then at the very top, you do like a 3-needle bind off with beads together. And then I'll do something around here. I don't know. So I'm hoping to finish the hood today, and then I just have 1 sleeve left, which I could cast on today, maybe. I won't take this to Toad Suck because it's huge and warm, and it's going to be like 80 degrees out. So I'll take a sock, but I want this done. So I have to figure out where I am on this. Then get some knitting done. Tomorrow is Saturday. Yeah, my weekend is all Toad Suck. That's all that's happening. Tomorrow is local yarn store day, and I'm so sad about the timing of it this year. Because Toad Suck's always the first weekend in May, and May 1st is Sunday, so they're counting this weekend as the first one in May, which makes sense. So it falls on local yarn store day. So I can't go to Arkansas Yarn Co. tomorrow, and I'm sad. But it's probably for the better because I'm trying to work through some stash and just financially, and I don't need to have that much yarn sitting. I haven't bought an Advent yet. The Stress Knits one went up. I didn't buy it. The Arkansas Yarn Co. one is up. I haven't bought it. I might not get an Advent this year. I might just do the Cozy Knitter sock because it's like 1 skein of sock yarn, and am not loving minis. I don't know. I'm conflicted about that. Anyway, let's knit and watch some knitting videos.
It's Saturday night, you see my headlights looking through the kitchen window from your driving.